Hello, hello. Give me just a second to get things set up because this camera, I guess it's this capture card, doesn't like to immediately work. Oh, there's my avatar. Here, let's see. Let's see if she'll do it first try. Hello? Ma'am? Ma'am, are you okay? Hello? Hello? You're gonna make me do a new one every time, aren't you? Oh, dang it. Let's see. It won't let me select anything else either. Let's try this. Nope. Nope, you're gonna make me. Oh! Oh! It's doing it! It's doing it! We got it. I wish I could set this up before I start stream. But I can't. There we go. And we'll put you up here so you're not in the way. Oh, I wiggled it. I wiggled it. Why are you like this? The slightest wiggle and you freeze. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Is it working? Yes. Okay. Oh, we did it. It's so dark in here. I'm so sorry. Also, natural nails. I cut them quite short and I'm growing them out again. But when I last put gel on them, my fingers got very red and very painful. And now I'm suspicious. I have an allergy to the gel now. So I've been wearing press-ons, but press-ons feel really annoying. And I'm afraid they're gonna constantly, I'm afraid they're gonna pop off. Pop off in a bad way. As in, like, come off of my fingers. I'll open up the curtain to see if that helps, but it's so cloudy and rainy today. Honestly, the perfect October day. But not great for streaming. You don't want to see my pumpkins. I don't even have pumpkins. They're all wilted. I just think the box isn't big enough. Oh yeah, I have this now. I have to plug this in somewhere so my phone doesn't die. How shall I do that? What is this hooked up to? That's the mic. I'll have to plug it into the back. I can't see it all. Is that it? Wrong way? No, that should be the right way. Oh. Aha. I'm in. Okay, don't wiggle the capture card. Don't wiggle the capture card. There we go. Okay. Okay, now that that's set up... Oh, shoot. I realize you can kind of see my last photo. I don't think it has any information. It's a barcode. Including the scuff. Yep. Yup, art streams take a bit of setup and I can't do it right before. Like, I can't do it before I go live. Because, like, it won't, I don't know, the camera just won't until I'm on this scene. But this is it. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think you can see my last photo and it's not revealing any information. It's fine. It's a barcode to pay my gas bill because I swear I paid it. I swear I paid it. But they shut it off yesterday. I got home and I had to take a cold shower. It was less than 20 bucks. It was like 2,000. It was exactly 2,000 yen basically. Please. I gave you my money. I don't know what happened. I actually don't know what happened. I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid that, like, because one time I went to the convenience store and I paid with paper in cash, and the person ringing me up actually forgot to do the gas thing. It's sorted now. Yeah, they turned it back on, like right before I got home. I saw the time on the paper that they left in my mailbox. So, like, it's not like I didn't want to pay them. They did send a notice, but I thought it must have been a mistake because I paid it. I know I paid it, but I didn't have the receipts to prove it. So I'm not trusting PayPay anymore. I'm gonna check and double check that I have every single receipt, so it doesn't happen again. They want my money, right? So they should want to give me gas. I don't know. It was probably my mistake, but Japanese is not my first language, so I feel like I need a little bit of, leeway. But the worst of it was I want to pay with my card. I wish they could just take my money. Just take my money. But the card that I have, they won't accept, even though it's a MasterCard. I think because it's a prepaid card and there's like limitations on it. But I have no way of knowing what is accepted or not until I try. And I just can't pay online. I can't do it. Right, they want my money, but they don't want to give me gas. I get it. No, I have gas now. It's fine. Yeah, like I pay with the paper, which is an extra fee, by the way. They charge me extra money now because now the default is online. And so if you request paper instead, you have to pay like an extra 200 yen. But every time I try to pay online, they don't accept my card, even though it's a MasterCard, and they say accept MasterCards. And then I cannot get another debit card from Japan Post because my name is too long. I have to assume my name is too long, and that's why whenever I apply online, it says there's an error, and you cannot apply in person. I've gone to the post office to ask. They said, you have to apply online. I don't know why there's an error. So I can't get a credit card or a debit card. I tried Amazon, and then Japan Post rejected like the automatic payments to it, so I got rejected from Amazon. Being a foreigner in Japan is very, very difficult. So if you know how to get a credit card in Japan as a foreigner with a long name, please let me know. Because I have to put in my whole name. It has to match my residence card, and my residence card has my entire name. I had a Japan Post debit card, and they, in like 2019 or 2020, they canceled everyone's cards and issued new ones. They said reapply for a new one, and I'm assuming it was because of the SMBC like information leak and they wanted to increase security, which is fine, but you made us reapply for new ones after ours expired, and now you're not. I keep getting these error messages and you say I can't apply in person, so it's impossible. No, I'm absolutely not the first person. I'm absolutely not. I feel bad for people who have like 4 names or 5 names. It must be so hard. At least I got mobile pay. I have mobile pay, which is, I can use it on Amazon and stuff in most stores. It's just some things you cannot use it for because it's a prepaid card, I guess. There's limitations. And I have an American debit card. And so if I really need to pay something with a card, technically I could transfer money to my American account. But doing that, I don't like to keep a lot of money in there because the exchange rate is terrible. And so it's really painful. For ID, I have a residence card, right? So I have a residence card. I have my passport as well. And I have my number card, which was hard enough to get. The my number card. I think that's a my city hall situation. Because I've had other people who are Japanese and Japanese citizens, when they moved to this town, they also were not issued they didn't receive anything in the mail when they were supposed to. So I'm not the only one, but hospitals stopped accepting health insurance cards, and now they only accept my number cards. So everyone had to make sure they had a my number card, and so eventually I got that sorted. Because a student of mine found an application at her city hall. She's not even the same city, but she found one in English for foreigners. And there was a little bit of a hiccup because my visa was about to expire. So they were just like, just send us a letter again with your new visa information. And I did, and it was fine. I got it eventually. Let's see. I'm going to change the URL here to draw pumpkins. So we're drawing pumpkins today. It has my full legal name. So the residence card has like my first, my middle, and my last name. No initials or anything, just the full name. And so oh my god. Hold on. It's falling apart. Okay, so when you apply for like a credit card and lots of things, it has to match. It has to match exactly what's on your residence card. But a lot of credit card companies or banks just, when you do online forms specifically, I tried this with PayPay too, same thing. They will reject your application if it doesn't exactly match, but they don't let you put in all of the characters because Japanese names are usually much shorter. So they have, like, you can put like 10 characters, but if your name is longer than 10 characters, that's it. You get an error message and you just can't complete the application, or you get rejected if you try to shorten your name. My name is written, I think, I have to look at it. It's in my bag. But there's Roman characters, right? So it's in like alphanumeric form on my residence card. And then I think there's hiragana, like the katakana reading on top. I think on the residence card. I have to pick. I haven't looked at it in a minute. But it does have Roman characters. So on these kinds of applications, I would put Roman characters and then how to pronounce it with the katakana. But, you know, I have to first, it has to match exactly with the Roman characters. So like most documents will have Roman characters. So like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's Romaji. So like alphanumeric, like the ones we use in English, those characters. And then the hiragana, which is the pronunciation in one of the syllabic Japanese alphabets for foreign things. So if you're Japanese, you would usually like put the kanji, and then you would have to put the pronunciation of the kanji in hiragana or katakana, depending on what they want. But usually if you're a native, if it's a Japanese word, it's usually you're using hiragana, and if it's a foreign word, it's katakana. Like, it's the same 26 characters, but 26 wait, how many? You know, the same, the whole alphabet, just like katakana is slightly different than hiragana, but it's the same sounds. But you use katakana for foreign words. So on every document, I'm supposed to put my name in English, and then I have to put the pronunciation on in another section. Like, how do you say it? Mo su Emily Constance. That's my legal name. It's on my contract, so I'm not doxing myself or anything. But I can't just put it in Japanese because it's not just in Japanese on my residence card. I don't have kanji for my name that makes it shorter. I have to put exactly what's on my residence card, which is my full name in English characters. And then in another section, you do have to put the pronunciation, but that's irrelevant because I have to have my full name anyway, which is more than the character limit. I can't get my residence card changed. It matches my passport. it has to match my passport. So I have my passport from the U.S. government because that is my legal name, which I cannot change unless I pay a lot of money and go to court or whatever. And I wouldn't want to do that anyway because it's my name. So my passport is submitted when I submit my visa application, and when my visa application is approved, I get my residence card using the details from my passport. So it has to match my legal name from my passport. So the only way I've heard to go around it is sometimes there are paper forms that you can use that you can specially request from some companies, but at the moment, Japan Post, at least the last time I asked them, they do not have paper applications for their debit cards. So I could go to the head bank, like the main branch of the bank in my city, and I could ask them if I could do a paper application for a credit card, maybe. Maybe those are different. Because I know the debit card you have to do online, but when I first went there in 2018, they had paper applications. So I can, I would not call them. I would not call them. That would be a disaster. I would go in person and talk to them face to face. So anyways, I can still pay my bills. I just have to go to the ATM and take out cash every time and pay at the counter. And I wish I could have them take it automatically from my bank account, which I might be able to do, but that would require like calling them. which maybe I could do, but it's scary and they use a lot of like really formal words. I'm not worried about Sonkeigo in particular, like honorific language, because I studied that. I was tested on that. I had to do interviews. I had to interview people with Sonkeigo while I was in school. So it's permanently lasered into my brain. But it's like the words that I wouldn't know in English anyway. At least in English I could guess the meanings, but then, you know, it's hard. Yeah, so when I got my checking account with Japan Post, I got a debit card. I did the bank account information in person at the home branch on a paper application, and there was a section like, do you want a debit card? Yep. And I got the debit card. But they canceled everyone's debit cards a few years back because they wanted to reissue everyone new ones with more security because SMBC got hacked, which is a different bank. And they were like, oh my god, no one's going to bank with us if we don't increase security. I'm assuming. I could, but Japan Post is just the most convenient. They're everywhere. And they are basically the most foreigner friendly, I think. So really, I just have to go in person and see if there's any options for me. Tell them I can't use your online application because my name is too long. I know there are people who get credit cards who have long names. So it's just such a process. It's the bureaucracy of it, where if one thing is wrong, just instant rejection. Like there's no compromise, no one looking into it. You have to like go and get the manager and then the manager's manager and then the manager's manager. And then they have permission to do something that's a little different from the norm. There are other large banks, but they have their own problems. Similar problems, actually, I've heard. Anyways, that's not what this is about. I have technically a time limit today, so I should probably tell you what we're doing, and we should get started. I'll talk about my banking problems later. Which, for the most part, is pretty smooth. It's just really annoying that I can't even get a debit card. It's so annoying. But, yeah, my gas is on. It's fine. It was turned off. Like, it was barely affected me. I just took one cold shower, which was great for my hair, actually. My hair loved it. Alright, cold showers are great for your hair. But, yeah, it's getting quite chilly now. And so I was like, no, I just wanted a warm shower. Okay. Let's see, what are we doing? We are drawing pumpkins. Now, this is an interesting one because I tried to do this digitally on Medibang Paint. But a couple things happened. One, I could not find a mix brush. And I found one brush that's like kind of okay on the PC version. But I don't like it as much as the mix brush that I made on the iPad version. And on the iPad version, there's a couple of different settings that are a little different, like some additional settings that aren't on the PC version, which is why I do prefer painting on my iPad. However, my iPad is going very slow, and I've deleted a whole bunch of stuff today, and it seems to be a tiny bit faster. It just doesn't have a lot of memory, and it's old. And so painting, like trying to finish the scarecrow, it was impossible. I had to finish it on the PC. It just kept freezing. So there's a couple reasons why I gave up on the digitally painted version. So I want to do alcohol markers today. I want to take my sketch and do it with alcohol markers because I know I can make it happen with alcohol markers. So let me get my sketch. Actually, I can bring up... Do I have another window capture here? Let's make another window capture. And we will bring up the reference image. Oh, I should probably bring up photos first. Photos. Where are my pictures? There we go. And then... Excuse me, where's my pumpkin? Pumpkin? Uh-oh, is it in downloads? I had it. I had it. It was here. Because I was painting on the PC, so I did import it into Medibang Paint, so it's somewhere. It's like a whole bunch of pumpkins. Seriously, where? Where are you? Where are my pumpkins? Is it art? Did I save it to desk? I had this ready. Why is it this one? It might be this one. It might be this. Oh, it is. Okay. It's just a bunch of numbers. That's why I couldn't find it. Okay. And then we want... Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Window capture 2. I can't draw a crow cut in half. I don't want to. How about that? I kind of really don't want to. So this is what we're drawing today. So I can put this here and we can crop it. Let's change this transform. Edit transform. That's way too slow. Okay, what should we do? Like 400? Please type. Please don't do this to me. Please. There we go. No. Let's do 600. 700? No. No, 560. 580. 590. No, 600 is good. Okay, that's fine. And so, right, we'll do 600. It's about practice, not the outcome. It's about trauma. I don't want to be traumatized, all right? I mean, it might be fun, but I'd feel bad the whole time. Like, did this crow die of natural causes? Like, how would I know? Okay, we have that. Let's get my sketch, which I definitely saved to Google Drive. I remember very specifically that I saved it. Yes, right here. No, no, no. Like, I'd have to find a reference image. I would have to. And then how do I know if what I'm looking at is bad or not? Like, is cruel? I don't want to draw a picture of something cruel. If it's like, you know, a dissection of a naturally deceased individual, then okay, that's fine. I can't be mad about that. Okay, let's see. I have to trace this. I'll show you in a second. I'll bring my tablet over here and put on the desk, flat on the desk. Edit, rotate left. That's right, I have to do it a little differently because this is wide. You know, I should probably actually just give it a... Okay, I'm gonna give it a white background. I have my sketch here, but it's a transparent PNG. I'm gonna give it a white background. And I'm gonna open that in Photos as well. And that will go in full screen. Why are you like this? Full screen. Full screen? How do I make you full screen? You know, if this went smoothly, it just wouldn't turn out right. Can't I full screen this? I'm on the Photos app. How do you full screen a photo? I mean, I could find a reference image. How would we know? How do we know that one doesn't exist? Nope. Nope. I swear there was an option to full screen before. Set as... No. No. What is that? Show film strip. No. Here. Actually, no. You know what? I will show you what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. Oh, I turned down the brightness? How did I do that? No, I want it bright. I want it super bright. There we go. I need this full screened, so I can trace it onto paper. But how do I... No, I don't want to edit. Back up! Back up! Cancel. Is it like open in File Explorer? No. Bruh. Print. Rotate. This one? Wait. Oh my god, that's all I had to do. I haven't used this tablet that long. I put it away for a long time and I didn't use it for a long time. So this is our sketch. Oh, it's the camera that's... There we go. Photos is awful. It's awful, but that's what I got. Okay, and let's see. This would fit onto this. This is the Canson XL Bristol. And I might have to turn off the lights to do this, actually. It'll probably be easier, even though this is pretty bright. I don't know. I think what I'll do... Yeah. To move that down a bit, because my computer's in the way. It would be a little easier to see. Hold on. Make it dark. I was gonna go in straight with colored pencil. Something else that was before it? I don't remember. Yeah, I was gonna go in straight with colored pencil, but the lines just aren't clean enough, I think. I can't see this very well. Maybe I should edit it. Oh yeah, I mean this is my first time with Windows 11, so... No. No. Can we undo... No, that's my stream schedule. How do we... You're gonna make me get my keyboard again. Boom. Okay, maybe we will edit, and we'll try to just do that. Nope. Nope. Saturation, nothing. And I mean, that affects everything. Could have done this on... Could have done this on Fire Alpaca before. I mean, that's better than nothing. Maybe I should just open Fire Alpaca. It just looks really unfocused. Hold on. When it has the paper on it. Okay, hold on. Do like that and then like that. No, it's not like that. Let's just do... Come on. This. Not clipping. Let's do multiply. Why? Why is the default canvas? That's so annoying. Why? Oh, did I just duplicate it by mistake? Oh. What? There we go. That's better. Okay. Then let us open this. That's not the right one. Didn't I just... What? Where did it get saved to? Fire Alpaca, what did you do? Saved it to downloads. This is so hard because it's not to the side. That can stay. Okay. There we go. Oh, like with the camera? The problem is if I like do this, the box is gonna be there. Like if I lock the focus, the box is gonna be there and that's gonna cover it up. So we can do it, but it might be annoying. So I guess we'll just have to deal with it. Okay, finally. I'm trying to line up with what I already did. Okay. That I can see better. There we go, we're making art. Finally. I turned off the lights so I could see. I can't see this as well with the lights on. So I'll turn the lights back on in a minute. I closed my curtains and shut off the lights. It was just too bright for me to see this properly. Darken stream. Spooky Halloween. Okay. We're just getting the gist, right? We'll flesh it out more later. When are we developing pictures? That's exactly what this stream is about. Here is my how to create a photo room in your home. What is that called? Not a photo room. Maybe that's what it's called? What do they call it? Those rooms where people develop pictures. Dark room. It is a dark room. How to create your own dark room in your home. You turn off the lights and you close the curtains. You pretend to be a vampire. You hiss at the sun. Then what's a Lightroom? Doesn't Adobe have a program called Lightroom? So there's a dark room and a Lightroom? Oh, I could turn on some red lights, but that would actually make this harder to see, so I won't. I do have like LED string lights all around, which to be honest, when I'm at home and it's just me, that's what I'm usually using at nighttime. I do not like it too bright. Is that everything? If it's not, then I'll fix it later. Okay, time to hiss at the sun. Oh good, it's still cloudy. There is no sun. I gotta move this blanket. I have a heated blanket here with the cord get stuck on the wheels. Hello? I gotta refocus again. There you go. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a good reason. Alright. This is what we have. There are a few more lines I could add. Like so. I wonder if I should put tape around so it's perfect, but I actually don't care that much. And this is a little weird. Why is that so wonky? Oh, I see what I was doing here. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Aha, I see. This is the stem. I know, so tech savvy. Listen, I could have worked all this stuff. I mean, I wish I could have worked all this stuff out beforehand. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, that's where my scissors... Oh, that's where this went. I was looking for these. I'm gonna take this out too. I know I will need that. Next up. Lighten up a bit. And I know you're not going to be able to see it until I get the colored pencils down. It's going to be quite light. But I don't want pencil to show through, or graphite to show through. I want colored pencil. Okay. I mean, no. I couldn't. I mean, I guess I could have got the reference image up, but I just came from work. So I didn't have time. I devoured my lunch and then I started setting. And then I have to leave, the colored pencils. Because this is in the way. I'm gonna see what I'm working on. A rug. It's a pumpkin. It's an order from my shop. Okay, now I can grab the colored pencils. Ta-da! So, let me get the reference image now. Click on that. Esquebe. Okay. You know what? This is gonna really mess me up. Shoot! You know what I realized? I did it completely wrong. No, I didn't. Did I? No, it's good. It's good. Okay, this is the orange one. I know you can't see it. Well, it's supposed to go to the US, so it's going to be expensive. I made a mistake, I guess. I thought I changed all the shipping profiles. I don't know what the heck happened because I used select, like, on my listings, I checked a box and I changed all the shipping profiles at once. So nothing should have been going to the US because Japan Post isn't shipping. So the alternative is like Sagawa or Kuroneko Yamato, and it's really expensive. So no, I thought I had drawn them wrong, or like that I didn't draw all of it, but I did. It's just the top and the bottom has like white bars because I screenshotted it. But that's where the photo ends, so it's fine. Okay. Now, let's get down to business. I'm gonna use this for the orange ones. Tuscan red. It is still quite dark. I don't want to turn on my lamp too much because it's gonna cast a big shadow. So. If I do that, we got shadows. Better than nothing. I want the stream to get a copyright strike? Oh, for singing. Because I sound just like him. 100% exactly. Wait. Let's get this as sharp as we can without using a knife. So I don't feel like using a knife. I mean, I am. We'll see. Things could change. The thing is, I set up that shipping profile while I was away. I was abroad. So I set the processing to 5 weeks because it's made to order. So things might change. Japan Post might start shipping again. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I'm just gonna, I mean, this color's not exact, but it is gonna lighten up a bit when I go over it with the marker. And I can also lighten it up with the eraser just a bit. Oh, I did add a note saying I'm not shipping to the US, but they clearly didn't realize that was a mistake. I mean, it's on me, I guess. The thing is, what made it really difficult is that on Etsy you can't... Oh, I did forget a spot. I'll have to freehand it. Hey. you can't select a country to not ship to. With, like, at least some countries I think you can, but not on Japan or the US. So you have to just make new shipping details in your shipping profile for every single country that you will ship to. So basically I had to remake a bunch of shipping profiles and just not include the US, whereas usually, like, if you would ship to the US, you can just click one option that says everywhere else. So this one still had everything else or everywhere else available. So this person who ordered it was able to order it even though they're from the US. So I guess technically was on me for not checking, but I swear I did the like select all option and changed all of the profiles, all the shipping profiles at once. So I don't know why that one wasn't selected. I definitely saw it was selected. So I don't know what happened. But yeah, I know. I'll just have to eat the cost if things don't change. This is really awful. I was hoping that Japan Post would start shipping to the US again after like a couple weeks maybe. But it's October and this was the end of August. And we still can't ship properly. At least I did get an order from Norway. I want to use a green. Or maybe... Yeah, no, I want to use a green. And that was fine. Right, my last big order was from Norway. And then there was another one to Germany. The only problem is when people order from there, often so Japan Post, when you make the shipping label and you put in like the address and stuff online, it only lets you put like English characters, alphanumeric characters. So if I'm shipping to Germany and it says something something Strauss, I can't put in the character. I have to do like a double S. I have to do like an approximation. Though I've never had a problem. Like I've never been told my thing didn't reach someone. Yeah, no, I'm not impressed with that either, but there is no good alternative currently. Unless you have like a decent following and you can make your own like Shopify or something. But I don't have a large enough following yet, so I rely on Etsy and their search engine and their ads. So am I making a profit? Not really. We're in the growth phase still. Which I guess, I mean, I tried to declare stuff on taxes and the guy was like, you didn't make enough. I was like, oh. Okay, I want Japan, the Japanese government to know I'm being transparent about my income. Okay. I guess this could be green. So like, I include the shipping fee on, you know, when you buy it. It should be included in what you pay. But obviously if there's a discrepancy that I didn't predict, that's on me. Like you can choose to do set rates, or you can do it by weight, I think, but I don't do that because that's complicated. So I research how much it should be. That's not dark enough. I think it should be this one. To whatever country, you know, it could go to. And then if it ends up being a little too heavy, like heavier than expected or something, then I just have to eat the cost. But luckily that doesn't happen super often. Okay, put that. Now what are we using? I guess we're using this for the butternut squash. Let's do this little one. I want to play more Skyrim. You know what I forgot to do? Well, I guess I didn't really forget. We just kind of ran out of time. But, I downloaded a mod for Northern Morrowind. So, like, you can go to Northern Morrowind. I'm so excited. I want to check it out. But not yet. I guess that's next Monday. I do... See, I'm always torn because I really... Every time I play ESO, the next stream, I really feel like playing ESO, but I know I plan to do Skyrim. And then, when I play Skyrim, the next time I stream, I really want to play Skyrim. Like, I want to continue what I was doing. But I know I planned ESO. So, like, I think it's good for me to switch between different games, so I don't get tired of any one game. But, I don't want to stop. But I guess it's a good thing. It means I'm having fun. I mean, I know it's my choice. Ultimately, it's my stream, but... Yeah, like, if I plan something, I try to stick to it. I can't tell if this is exactly my sketch. It's so dark in here. That's fine, we're winging it. Doesn't have to look exactly like the reference image. We're doing an approximation. Okay, and then this one's green. I think I should draw here green as well, I think. I don't know. I want to break up the lines a little bit. Very principled. How about generally indecisive? And so I have to make myself make a plan. And I have to force myself to stick to the plan. I do want to play Lord of the Rings Online, but there's only so much time in a week. I want to do everything. I feel like there's a line here. And there's definitely one here. Okay, those are pumpkins. Did I miss one? No, there's this, but I guess I could draw some of these ridges. Quit what? Lord of the Rings Online? No. No, I was very happy with Lord of the Rings Online. The fact that it's still 100% free. No, it was ESO that I wasn't sure if I was gonna get the subscription for. So I want to go through the base game first. And because I got it on sale. I was waiting for ESO to go on sale. So I got it on sale for like 500 yen. Which is great. Love it. But I don't want to do any of the expansions until like I do most of the base game. But no, Lord of the Rings Online's always been free. With like some things you can get. This is coffee, by the way. Yum, yum, yum. Some things you can get for some money. I might have to plug this in, this lamp. I just cannot see. Where's the longest one? There it is. There we go. It was dying. Okay, it's gonna cast a shadow. Oh, it's really yellow though. Let me try doing this again. So if I focus on the paper, that should be okay. Whew, I can see. I can see. I can fight. Remember that? Are we allowed to like that show anymore? Fairly Odd Parents. Oh, I don't know about this. Is this? Oh yeah, that fits. It's from the Fairly Odd Parents, with the boy who becomes King Arthur, and he's like really bad at fighting because he can't see well, and then they give him a pair of glasses. Well, because what's his name? The guy who created it. He's been a bit unsavory, I guess. Kind of. And he's like, I don't know. He has opinions that a lot of people don't agree with. But also like talking about cash grab. Yeah, I don't know. He's like doing private commissions stuff for things that might be traced. Allegedly. Alright, we have to move this so we can choose our markers. But yeah, no, so they give him glasses, and then suddenly he like gets a bunch of muscles. He's like, I can see, and then he becomes really ripped. I can fight. It's funny. Oh, and he gets like long flowing hair. It's funny. Oh, please don't wiggle too much. Okay. If the cord wiggles too much, the camera freezes. Alright, I know you can't really see everything. This is what we're working with. Ouch. Wait. Okay. What do we see in this picture? I see deep orange, E490, perhaps some E440 khaki, and some of like the browny orangey areas. Oh, we have to think about the butternut squash as well. Yellow, gray, maybe? I don't know. That could be good. This khaki? Khaki? Can't find my khakis. It's one of these ones, right? 7502. One argue that separating the art from the artist or not is personal decision. Yeah, we were just talking about death of the author during D&D, but it's because they killed the author. They cut his head off. But still, you know, I can understand why people get like a bad taste in their mouth if they learn about someone and then can't stop thinking about them while they're, you know, watching their stuff. So, I don't know, I get it, I guess. What was that? E210? E280, maybe? Maybe? I'll use a pearl white, I guess. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. YR240 would be a good one. 240. Wire 260. Where's that one? Oh. That would be a good one. Wire 260. And wire 270 I think would be good too. But what about wire 240? I was looking for that one. Wire 270. This one. And we definitely want some of these, like... Didn't I just get wire 260? Yeah. That would be good. Wire 190. I don't get to use that a lot. And then moccasin. Wire 250. For sure, for sure. The thing is, I don't think it was a specific person. You don't even remember his name. I mean, I do. And now when I think about it, I'm like... it's kind of cringe. You know, it kind of affects my enjoyment of this show now. But he's not the only person who worked on it either, so... I don't want to ruin it completely for myself. It's just when, like, you're really trying not to care. And it's really hard not to care. Still trying to figure out, like... what the shading on the butternut squash should be. Ooh, Y4 would be good. I know I keep looking at it. It's over here somewhere. Yeah. And then wire 7. I'm gonna grab this too, just because I want to. Good to start with, I think. Yeah, that 70s show. I mean, that kind of thing, it's on the one hand if someone's like a little racist or someone's like, you know, they have bad political views you don't agree with or whatever. You maybe dislike them, but then like when it's something like that, when you know someone's really hurt someone else, that's like a punch to the gut, I think, for me. Every time I see them. Shoot, we have to do the green pumpkins. I was thinking of the butternut squash and everything. That might be good. Olive green. 377. These are really saturated though. I want more like brownie greens. That would be really good. G240. For like the lighter bits. And then G190, I guess. It's so saturated though. We can layer it with something. G170, I guess I'll have to. I just don't have a lot of greens. G190. G140, G120. G120 would be good, actually. One here. G440. G120. What's G440? G440. I'll do it. And then we need a really dark green. Which I don't know, like 335 we could try. I need more Ohuhu greens, that's the thing. I'm afraid to use the Daiso ones. Because they lift color too much. But I have this Can Do Forest Green and Copic. I got the Copic, yes, okay. Okay, I might go for the Copic rather than that one. And there's Acid Green, but that's a little too saturated. Okay. I guess so. Maybe it's easier to know if they're not on the screen, but if you recognize their voice or something... This is so many colors, but it's because there's so many different types of pumpkins. Pop my wrist out. At least it's my left hand. I think he does he do some voices? He's like he was the main animator and like the writer and the creator. And he did like Danny Phantom as well. All I know is that I find him, at the very least, very cringe. Okay, this is fine. We can keep the camera up there, right? We don't need it any closer. What is his name? I can't look it up on my phone because I'm using my phone. I'm gonna use my other phone. What is his name? Why isn't it coming to my brain? Okay. Really odd. Oh, Butch Hartman, that's it. That's him. Yeah. First I was like, okay, his shows like aren't popular anymore. You know, like he really wants attention and that's understandable. But then like it was so obvious that he was like tracing. He was doing like personal commissions and stuff. And it was so obvious. I'm like, bruh. Like you can draw, why would you do that? I'm gonna try to do small swatches because I have a lot of markers. G120. It's already 2. I don't have to leave until like 4 though today. I mean, wait, let me check my schedule. Just in case. Shoot! I have to take my medicine. Shoot. I didn't hear it go off. Yeah, I don't start until like after 5. Okay, let me take my medicine before we get into this and I forget again. Yeah, well, he's the creator of Fairly Odd Parents and like Danny Phantom and stuff. I'm sure other people worked on it as well, but you would recognize his art style if you watch those. Yum. Alright. Messed up my medicine schedule. Like a half hour. That's very annoying. Because I try to take them in between lessons. G440. Trying to do the greens first. So they're all kind of together. G190. Oh, my wrist. Ow. So this left one keeps popping out. At least the right one. I mean, it's probably come out before, but at least it's not my dominant hand. I've had surgery on my dominant hand before. This is G240. It's 377, G240. Okay, we have these dark greens. Dark. G29. Oh, sorry. Oh. It's very similar, just slightly lighter. 335. Right, that is the greens. Let's move on to, I guess like some of the colors we use for the butternut squash we'll also use on the other pumpkins. I don't think I went onto Discord. Now that we're swatching, let's tell everyone we're live. I just copy my last post and paste it. Hello? Here we go. Alright, we're live! Yeah, so some of these can all be used for, like, all of them. I mean, there's overlap with everything, which is why I think it's a very nice reference image. Oh, I forgot. This one's almost out. 3, wait. E280. E280. I don't see anything very horrible, just stupid takes. The guy was recorded blaming depression student. I mean that's dumb anyway. I think the plagiarism thing I disagree with. If he's doing it now, who's to say he didn't do it before? But also it makes me not like him, right? YR209. YR240. YR240. And I know there's, like, there are other people who worked on the show. It's not just his show, even though, you know, it's kind of his show. I'm not saying you shouldn't watch it. But, like, he's so cringe now. It just makes me cringe when I think about him. And, like, I watch some of his stuff on Instagram or whatever. I think it was TikTok, actually. He just seems like he's trying so hard to stay relevant. But to do that, he's like, he like traced someone's art. Whereas there's other people. YR7. YR7. Other people who, like, their shows are over and done with, but, like, the way they interact people is not cringy. Interact with people is not cringy to me. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, like, the ending was stupid. It's a good thing I don't actually care that much. Otherwise, I would be heartbroken. Like, my world would shatter. This one was pearl white, which we could definitely use for the butternut squash. Pearl white. And then E440. And Y270. I don't know about the ending, I just know that there's some stuff in episodes that annoyed me because they made no sense, even in the episode. Yeah. I mean, it was supposed to be a nonsense show, but even that, even as a kid, I was like, you sure about that? 7502. No, the ending. Do you know the ending? Do you want me to spoil it? So apparently, Timmy made a wish. I thought this was fake at first. Apparently it's not. This is really what happened. He made a wish to make it so basically no one ages. Like, time doesn't pass. And so that's why, you know, Timmy never gets older. So he doesn't need to lose his godparents. But he made everyone forget. He made them forget that he made that wish. Actually, horrifying. Alright, that's what we've got. We can always choose more. We need to. I'll separate these from the greens. Let's see. We'll start with a little pearl white. I think start with the lightest. Why do you even need to forget when you become 18? I guess, yeah. I mean, because maybe when you turn 18, or like when you're an adult, you realize they might have too much power, and you might want to take advantage of them, or like find a kid. I don't know. It's like properly dead. Never mind, guess we're not using E280. I think I got a candy one that's similar. Yeah, raw silk is just a little bit darker, but it's similar. I'm making this less pointy. Like, kids are, I guess the point is kids are a bit more innocent. And like, adults would want to take advantage. I don't know, that's just my guess. Right, but if you remembered, then you might like try to find another kid with fairy godparents and exploit them or something. I mean, they don't say that explicitly. Like, they don't say that's the reason. That's just my guess. Is that adults can't be trusted. So it's better to just pretend like, make it so that they don't know they exist. I haven't seen it, but it's my understanding that adults typically stop believing in magic, so they tend to forget the stuff they used to believe in. But like, you actually have to get like your memory wiped. Isn't that part of the show? Like, you're not allowed to remember them. And that's the same with Kids Next Door, isn't it? Where like, you're not allowed to remember the organization at all. Like, as soon as you turn 13, they have to wipe your mind. Okay, doesn't solve the problem. The fact that your personality is based on your memories. Yeah. I mean, wasn't it revealed that Mr. Crocker had fairy godparents? And he's messed up. Like, he's messed up. Messed up. Could that have contributed? Well, I think canonically, you lose memories of your fairy godparents. Like, your memories are altered so that whatever happened, you don't remember they were there. So if they were involved in something happening, you forget that they're the ones that caused it. So like, you still remember some stuff. Oh, hello. Yes, art. Right, it's very possible that your personality is altered. For sure. That was the wrong one. Shoot. Oh, that's alright. That's okay, right? I wanted to use this one. Too dark. So I wanted that orange to be there. Shoot. Boo. Why did I do that? I think if you had fairy godparents, you would remember. Unless you were forced to forget. Like, I can't imagine just forgetting. I'm just kind of putting this where I see the lightest colors, even though they're definitely going to get covered. Like, normally I do everything, but I don't want to layer too much. If I layer too much, it might start separating. Or just like lapping color on. The concept of superhuman year, they're just supposed to help him, but he becomes 18, doesn't remember. Yeah, that is dumb. That is very dumb. But again, it's playing on that concept of like, things are magical, but adults don't believe in magic. This is like way whiter, but maybe I'll just, to make it more cohesive, I'll make it more like a beige. Okay. Now we need like a wire 240. This one. Okay, I should do. Ending here. But yeah, I think innocence has a lot to do with that. As adults, we become more skeptical and cynical, and so we lose sight of the magic, and it corrupts our memory of the magic, is how it seems to be. I think that's the point they're playing at, or like, some series take it, like I said before, if an adult knows about magic, if they're a bad person, they're more likely than a child to do bad things with it. Why does this one seem dry now? Need more markers, guys. What set did this come in? I think it's in the skin tone set, maybe? There was an episode where he uses his fairy godparents to give the perfect birthday to the girl that loves him by basically giving them away to her for a day. After the day was over, they wiped her memory, so then the only one that felt good about it was Timmy. Yeah! And we learn Timmy is selfish. By the end of the show, we learn that he's one of the most selfish people ever. Oh, and took away everything they gave her. Yeah. Checks out. Paper's moving. Timmy is not a good person. I mean, kids tend to be a bit selfish anyway. Just because literally their brains aren't developed to care about or like think about other people. But, you know. He's a rotten one. Yeah, we don't get fairy godparents, we get fairly odd parents. To be fair, Timmy's parents, I don't think were very good parents. His actual parents. Yeah, like, he's not 10 years old anymore, is he? I mean, he is, though, technically. Because that's what he wished for. He basically wished for aging to stop. So I guess, like, he has a lot of life experience, but he still has the brain anatomy of a 10-year-old. In the movie Drop Dead Fred, the MC as a child. Ooh, because he's... Ah! I had a student tell me bless you today. I was so proud of her. It's very unusual in Japan. Overbearing mother. He comes back later in her life to help her deal with her life again. Ah. Never seen that movie. It's like barely visible once I blend it out. But that's fine. Okay, that's like all orange. I don't know if I'll bother. Because I'm running low on ink. I mean, this I could do similarly. Even though it's a slightly different color. Do one layer like this. Sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. Blend out, blend out, blend out. It'll dry later. Once Fred, the imaginary friend, helps her overcome her past in a relationship, she remembers him and fondly, but afterwards she can't see him anymore, even when he helps her daughter. Aww. Oh, I forgot about this one. I don't even want to blend this out that much. That one's really lumpy. Like so, perhaps. Blend, 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 blend. And this one. Oh. You didn't know your name has a kun on it? The only pumpkins we get at this part of the world are green. Yeah, same here. Well, recently, actually, wait. Look what I found. Sunday night, on my way home from work, I passed by the flower shop. An orange pumpkin. Any bigger and they're bajillion dollars, and I rarely see them anyway. But this was only 500 yen. Oh. No, it's 500 yen. So not much at all. I'm gonna make a little jack-o'-lantern. I was hoping I'd have time to carve it before my party, but I didn't. Oh, really? Why would the names not show the same? Well, I think I'm gonna save the seeds. I can save the insides, so maybe. I might, but usually if you bake it, it has to be in the skin. And one time, some local farmers had a booth at the train station, and they were selling like this size orange pumpkins. They weren't like American jack-o'-lantern pumpkins, but they were orange, and they were really easy to carve compared to green kabocha. So, oh my god. Oh, so much easier. But I haven't seen them since. Seeds to roast. Yeah. No, I'm looking at my pumpkins outside my window right now. All the leaves shriveled. I just cannot get enough sunlight. I cannot get enough sunlight. I was using... Wait. Oh no, I put down the marker. Wire 240. Oh, I put them to the side here. Yeah. Okay. This one. I mean, I can take out the seeds while I'm carving, set them aside, and then I'll put them in the oven. I'll roast them in the oven. That's how I usually do it. But I've been making pumpkin spice lattes. Oh. So I need to make a syrup. I'll probably do that tomorrow morning, but I just use like pumpkin puree and sugar and spices. And I make my delicious, delicious syrup. Sweet potato lattes have become a big thing here this year. I mean, what were we just saying? We hiss at the sun. That's the real reason I turned off the light. Not just to trace my sketch. Because I must be a vampire. Or I have neurological issues that make me sensitive to light, and I have cataract, and I have floaters. But also, I could be a vampire. I still have a little bit left. Apparently, it keeps for like a couple weeks in the fridge. I tried it in my coffee, and I really didn't like it. It's really tart compared to what I usually make, because there's apple juice in it. So, like, it just, not my favorite in coffee. It was really good in the cookies, though. Super good in the cookies. Right, so I wanted to do this one. My instinct is to do the orange pumpkins first. I kind of really want to try the green ones. I don't know if I'll have time to do everything today. When there's like a lot of different colors going on, it always takes a lot longer. Yeah, I didn't like there are people posting recipes on like Instagram and stuff, putting pumpkin butter in their coffee, like mixing it with cream and stuff. It just, I didn't really like it, but I do, so what I make is a syrup. And I don't like the chunks. I don't like the pulp in it, like the flesh. So I basically just take like a table, like this much pumpkin puree, and I put it with, I make a simple syrup, so I use like 1 cup of water, 1 cup of sugar, and then I put spices in, and a little vanilla sometimes, and then I just simmer it on the stove. And then I used to try to use like a cheesecloth to strain it out, so you'd only get like the syrup, but I can't find any cheesecloth here, so I just basically let it separate in the jar, and then I pour off what's on the top. So it's just a syrup. So it's just like a sweet, I don't know how to describe it. It's like pumpkin pie but mixed with coffee. Like if you eat pumpkin pie and then you drink coffee with it, it's like that, but at the same time. You know, I can't, some people post these recipes of pumpkin spice lattes and they're like, just do that in your coffee cup. Ew. No, I have a friend who puts like sticks of butter, like an entire stick of butter in his coffee. He said he had to slow down. He kept insisting. You know, his blood tests were so good. I'm like, are you okay? Then he's like, yeah, no, it made me use the restroom too much. I was like, okay, that I could have told you that would happen. Let's see. Because wire 250 is a little bit. Didn't we get wire 260? Yeah. Oh, right here. Yep. And wire 250 is a little bit darker. I agree. He does need help. Haven't seen him for a while. Hope he's doing alright. But we did a Secret Santa one year, and I got him, and we were supposed to put basically what we wanted on the like email thing, so that your Secret Santa knew kind of what to get for you. And he just put butter and beef. He just put, I just want butter and beef. That was the comment that he made. I was like, okay. I was really excited to like curate something cute. So I did get him a butter dish. You know, it's a little something extra. But really just for the party, I just went to Seiyu and I bought a package of beef and sticks of butter. Yeah, no, that's what it was, literally. Just coffee and oil. Fat. Coffee and fat. Not that butter's bad, but you know, everything in moderation. I prefer butter to like butter substitutes. It's generally better for you. But you know, again, everything in moderation. I can't do all that fat at once. I used to not be able to eat anything that had more than like 3 grams of fat in it. Otherwise I'd throw up. Which cut? It was like for like gyudon, I think. So it was like pretty thin. So he could throw it into his he has this electric pressure cooker that sometimes he'd bring when we were doing like a potluck or whatever. So the beef, I understand. The beef's fine. I try to eat relatively high protein. I prioritize protein to keep my blood sugar stable because it likes to go low. That's what my nutritionist recommended, and it helps a lot. So like, I eat a decent amount of beef. I try to switch it up, obviously, like beef and pork and chicken, and eggs and some soy and whatever. Okay, we're getting a little 3D here. Don't want to ruin the mood though, but still, it's Halloween, so why not? Once I was drinking my coffee, I felt some kind of notification. There was a house centipede in it. The only good thing, I mean, at least it didn't sting you in your mouth. But like if you swallow venom, unless you have open sores inside your stomach or something, you're probably okay. You can digest it very easily. That's why you can make like alcohol with venom and stuff in it. But oh, see, this is why I don't think I'm crazy. Every time I go to put on my shoes, it doesn't matter if I wore them like 20 minutes ago. If they've been sitting in my Genkan, I flip them over and I shake them out to make sure there's nothing in there. And I haven't found anything yet. But one day I'm going to be really happy that I did. Just saying. Just saying. Okay, now this, like, because we want something really vibrant here. Right? And this isn't the super vibrant orange, so I might just go in a little bit around the ridges first, just so I don't lose them, and then go back in later. Oh, did I tell you about the time I got a Suzume Bachi stuck in my hair? I went to Hakone in the summer. I'm never going to Hakone, or at least in the mountains, in the summer ever again. Ever again. Because we stayed at this Airbnb, and it had its own like onsen in it. And of course the host had some, you know, free shampoo to use. And it was floral scented, bouquet scented, right? And so I used it, and apparently I smelled too much like flowers. And so we were waiting for the bus when I hear something thwop hit my head, and then like stuck in my hair. And my friend just looks up and her eyes go wide and she starts backing away. And I'm like, what is it? And I start smacking it. And I dislodge it from my hair, and I see the biggest hornet I've ever seen in my life. Like the size of my palm, flying away. Like luckily it was like dazed and confused, and it wasn't angry, at least I think. Because it assumed it was getting some tasty flowers, I think. Oh, but oh my god, if that had stung me, especially because I have asthma, I don't know if we would have had time to call an ambulance. I don't know, man. We were on top of the mountain. I have a mate that works on a farm in Australia. He said he learned quick. Yeah, always check your. I mean, I'm from Maine anyway. We get a lot of insects in Maine. We have black widows and stuff. So like, it's a good place for bugs to hide. I understand why they hide there. It's good until you get squished. But they don't know they're gonna get squished. Exactly. No more student loans if you're dead. I'm kind of jumping around just to try and keep everything consistent. Okay, and then we have to go in with something vibrant, so I think it's time for the Y4. You're gonna go play some Skyrim, pumpkin mods. I feel kind of bad that it's still October and I stopped wearing the pumpkin head, but we do have pumpkin head follower. But like, I think the mask, you'll see the mask that floats around, it floats around, like it moves, so it's really cool. I think it's also spooky. He also told me they had to take precautions to protect the chickens from spiders and who tend to eat them. I would nope out so quick if I heard about spiders so big they eat the chickens. Oh yeah, those big old ones. Checks out. Alright. Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared. Ooh. What should I blend it out with? 250 maybe? Where 250? Okay. Woo. We want to make her vibrant. Woo. Oh, I went over the stem. Oh no. Hello, this blender, come save me. ASMR? It worked a little bit. I'll keep that there. Oh. I bent down too quickly. Is he? Push through, gotta push through. Trying to give it some texture here. Maybe I should use something lighter. Like pearl white. Using the wrong thing. Okay. That's wire 250. Y4. This is where I'm scared to do it. I don't want to cover up so much of my hard work and regret it. But it's gotta be darker. I want to, again, keep some of the texture here. So I'll leave like little bits out like that. If only I did it digitally. No, that it was not turning out good. I could maybe show you sometime what it was starting to look like. But it did not look good. That's why we're using trusty old alcohol markers today. I don't know, like the animals came out fine. It was just looking really flat, and I couldn't figure out why. Okay. Starting to come together. keep like looking on the monitor. I probably shouldn't because my monitor is so high contrast. I should be looking in real life and judging that way. Okay, I think I'll try to do like one pumpkin at a time. This is a little darker. This is a Copic YR16. I got specifically for pumpkins. Basically. I just didn't have a good orange color. I mean, like, I can see in the reference that there's less light, more contrast. And we will add like that little greenish gray part there. I went outside the lines. I guess so, but the background's like green. We're not at the greens yet. No, I mean like on the pumpkin to see the texture of the pumpkin. So you can see how lumpy it actually is. Which, like, generally, photographs versus art, I like to up the contrast anyway. It looks a bit, like, I guess a little less realistic, but that's the point. And contrast art. Yep, that's me. Needs to be a little bit darker. When I go over it with this, it always lightens it up. Yeah. Now I need like this one, the wire 190. Oh. That is fluorescent. Speaking of fluorescent, I'm having more flashbacks to when I had to get fluorescein pumped through my veins so they could see how much blood was actually going to the back of my eye. And, of course, my veins are terrible. So I screamed when, you know, the needle, catheter, whatever, came out of my vein and started pumping fluorescein directly into my tissue. Ouch. It was the doctor, actually, who got it in properly. I feel bad for the nurse, but, man, I told you I have difficult veins. It's just reminding me of the fluorescein, though that was more yellow. And then, TMI, but if you get fluorescein injected, or whatever, when you pee, it's really bright yellow. So he warned me about it, so I wasn't super shocked, but it was shockingly yellow. Okay, I'm gonna use, I think, a little green. But highly depends on how much person that inserts the needle cares. I think she was trying to be careful, but they, like, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is really rare here, like super rare. So none of them had ever treated anyone with it before. And to be fair, also to the people in the US that put needles in me, or attempted to put needles in me. At the time, we didn't know I had any sort of connective tissue disorder, so they didn't know how easily things could go wrong. Now we're aware, and when I warned them, they, you know, they tried their best, so they were trying. They just never, they didn't have someone in their 20s with such, you know, breakable veins. Yeah. I think for the most part, like, at least in Japan, I don't want to talk badly about, like, all American nurses or phlebotomists, but, like, not to say you can't ever get someone who's negligent, but, like, I feel like in my experience people have tried a little harder. Just a little harder. I've had, you know, some bad experiences too, but for the most part, it felt like they were actually trying and they did actually care. Yeah, that's awful. That's so bad. If they did that to me, my entire arm would be purple. I think anyone's arm would turn purple from that. It's a little, like, blown out from the light, so I hope you can tell what's going on here. Maybe that's better. It's a little bit dark. I feel like I need something to layer on top of it, but I also feel like I need to start doing a little bit of that, like nonsense, this kind of stuff, with like a browny greeny color. Is it green? No, it's pale ochre. Well, that's kind of green. I donate blood a lot too. I find most nurses here actually care and takes precautions to have you being comfortable with it too. Yeah, definitely depends where you are. Like, I probably wouldn't have that much of like a issue with IVs. Like, if they do it quickly, I don't have time to panic, but, you know, just thinking about it, I kind of don't want to talk about it anymore because I might freak out. But, like, when I was a child, I was getting some surgeries, a lot of eye surgeries, and it was the second eye surgery where the nurses were trying to be so kind, but they were having so much trouble. And again, I have a connective tissue disorder, but we didn't know at the time. So it wasn't their fault. They were trying really hard. But they promised me after 2 tries they would use the gas first. And then they would, once I was asleep, then they would go and try again with the IV. And then the head nurse came in and she started yelling at them for not having done the IV yet. And they're like, it's really difficult. We can't get it in. And even though they promised that they were gonna use the gas, she didn't care. And so the head nurse came in and tried again. And of course, she couldn't get it either because they weren't lying. It was really difficult. And yeah, that was so bad. And I see a lot of like Red Cross, like donate blood things around Tokyo all the time. I could never. I'm not a good candidate either. In some countries, I don't think I'm allowed to donate blood, but there's no restrictions in Japan for Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. But it would not be worth it. It would absolutely not be worth it. Between the pots and then just trying to get the blood. Absolutely not worth it. Wish I could help people. I'm the one who needs help. Okay. She's looking like a pumpkin. Right? Yeah, no. There's always someone. Always someone who has to ruin it. I think there are too many bad nurses, not gonna lie. Not that I can, I mean, maybe I can think of a specific example. Alright, I'm gonna light a little bit and maybe... That's not helping. Still looks super yellow. I'll try to do it up here. I can't actually see where I'm touching. Okay, that's kind of off out of the way. Hopefully you can see. I'm afraid to move the camera because if I wiggle the cord it might freeze. But we kinda have a pumpkin, right? So this is what I'm gonna try to do for the other ones. And we can go in darker. I just didn't want to spend too much time choosing colors before we actually got into it. Can't see where I'm touching. Trying to touch on the white. Dang it. Okay, that's better. Yeah. Maybe like that's a little better. Like half in shadow. It's just the natural lighting's better. But there's not much sun today. It's raining. Oh well, we'll have to do it like this. Okay, so we have an hour. We have an hour to do the rest. And we started 2 hours ago. We'll get through this. What was I using? Y4? I did choose to go in with the colored pencil on the ridges, even though I would normally wait until kind of the end. But I've kind of enjoyed just going in and like defining things more so I can see kind of how it's going to turn out. There's no reason not to, really. And this one. And this has a lot of like that sort of browny color in the shadow. Again, I don't want it perfect. I want it lumpy looking. So I really liked putting this. I think that looks really cool. Because it's more like a brown. And this is the green. So I'm like layering the green on top of the orange, which makes it sort of like a desaturated greeny brown. And I say this all the time, but I don't want it like line art. So I'm not going super dark or super thick. just want it to look like 3D. Ouch! Oh, that was my knee! Ow. Speaking of my knee, I'm afraid to go to the podiatrist. I don't go this month, I go next month. This month, I only have to see the pain clinic doctor. Yeah, so I can stream. Yeah, I know. She's having a bad time right now. She's shaking. She's shaking out of her boots. I only have to go to the pain clinic this month, so I can actually stream on Friday. At a normal time. But the podiatrist is like, he gave me exercises to do. To like, because my insoles are not working. They don't work. They're not good for me. And he said, yeah, that happens sometimes. Some people, it's just, it makes it worse. Oh, jeez. Okay. And I did read somewhere, I showed him, because I didn't want to just assume what I see on the internet is correct. That, like, if you have a connective tissue disorder, like Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, if you do get insoles, you really should be doing physical therapy with it. Like, not just only relying on the insoles, you have to do physical therapy to make sure you don't mess stuff up. So he gave me some exercises to do, but they all really hurt. Like, no matter what I do, they really, really hurt. And they make it harder to walk. It hurts, and I'm all tight. I what now? What did I say? Did I say something weird by accident? I paid like 40,000 yen for my insoles. And I couldn't figure out how to get insurance to pay for it. And there was like no assistance at the hospital. Because like you have to like send a receipt to the insurance company. You have to pay up front and then send a receipt to the insurance company. I couldn't figure it out. I guess I could have tried to go down to like hospital support or whatever. But I don't know, man. I speak Japanese, but like this is stuff I don't know how to do even in English, so I don't know. It's scary. But now I can't even use the insoles. They just made it worse. They just made it worse. And it feels so much better not wearing them. Oh, I believe stuff I see. No, I said I don't believe stuff. I don't want to believe stuff I just see online. So that's why I showed the doctor and I asked him. He's like, yeah, that's probably right. I don't believe anything. I don't believe you. I don't believe a word that's come out of your mouth. But like, it just sucks because a lot of Japanese doctors, like Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, is so rare in Japan. They literally just don't know what to do. Not that like a lot of doctors in the US know what to do, but at least people like know about it. Okay, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. That's cute, right? If the whole thing looks like this, it's gonna be cute. Oh, thank you. Where'd that come from? I want to show you. I'm gonna have to refocus. Because I don't want to move the camera. We got this. It looks better from afar, especially because the lighting's bad. Oh. Here? Good? Oh, I see. I don't believe that. Dang it! Don't say something nice like that when it's a joke. I'm a bad artist. So that's what you mean. You're saying I'm a bad artist. Unless this is reverse psychology. Unless it's reverse psychology. The psychology has been reversed. Don't believe what you see, except don't believe what you don't see. That sounds like a Goosebumps tagline. Headline? Tagline? Don't believe what you see, except what you don't see. I was watching Goosebumps when I was baking for my Halloween party. Good times. Goosebumps. Spooky stuff. I felt I didn't. How was I supposed to know that was a joke? Okay. I did that first. It's probably gonna lighten up a bit. I'm gonna try to go in like generally the same order. I know. I know. It did not come naturally to me. I was talking about like medical stuff. Or like Nigerian princes. No, that... Well, maybe I have some memory issues. But not that. It just didn't seem... That wasn't what I was talking about. You know, like, you know, I'm sure doctors are sick of people. You're usually genuine, right? I'm out of coffee. I expected a bigger sip. But it was empty. I'll get milk tea later. Gotta have my 2 coffees and 1 tea to make it through the day. Are you being serious? I don't believe you anymore. Wait, I'm on the internet. Why did you believe me? What if that was just me trolling you? See, it does pick up the colored pencil a bit, which is why I usually wait till later. And now it's warping the paper and it's not going down smoothly. It's alright. It's alright. It adds weight to the line, you know? That's intentional. I'll never believe it. I think you're not a real artist if you believe people when they say you're a good artist. No, no. If you're really an artist, you have to only see the flaws in your work and then lament on them. Well, I guess some people just see that as motivation to improve. Yeah, I guess everyone has a bit of imposter syndrome. I think a little bit is healthy. Not getting a big head is healthy. How about that? Okay, this is mostly dark. So I'll just lay this down. Oh, this is gonna take ages. Yeah, this one's also dark. The good thing is the background is so dark, I can color outside the lines. You probably won't see it. I mean, any true artist would never admit they did something right. Okay, all right. That's a different animal altogether. Notice how I said true. No, I'm joking. There are some, you know, careers where you're encouraged to have a giant head. Just the biggest ego is a requirement. I'm not gonna make a crow that's cut in half, alright? We're done. We're done with that conversation. I will draw a film student cut in half. That's what I'll do. I don't understand your vision. Your vision is as good as my right eye, which is legally blind. This one. Okay, which marker was I using? Where am I? Who am I? This one. I made a guy break down and cry in front of the auditorium because I was poking holes in his script. But he should be thankful. I mean, as long as you were not the absolute worst about it. That's why people have, like, you know, when people write books, they have editors and people read it before they publish it. But I know, a lot of people can't. A lot of these people have never been told they've made mistakes before. Though there are some people, especially in film school, who just like tearing people down, so... Not to say you're one of those people, but I will say, it happens. There's people in YouTube comments as well, let's be fair. First year film class, yep. Trying to get that texture. A lumpy, bumpy pumpkin. Oh no, I'm gonna get sued by Nintendo. Because I said Lumpy Pumpkin, and there's a place called Lumpy Pumpkin in Skyward Sword, and they don't like it when people say Lumpy Pumpkin. Even though I'm pretty sure they're not the first ones to say Lumpy Pumpkin. Anyways, I'm mad because one time I called like a sticker on Redbubble Lumpy Pumpkin, and then it was taken down for like copyright infringement or something. Excuse me? And he presented a script he wanted to produce, and he wanted crazy special effects, including pyrotechnics and CGI. Oh. Oh. Oh, you had a bunch of $500. Alright. Alright, okay. So there were a lot of holes in the script. Oh, my back. Oh, I'm like, because I'm in this rolly chair instead of my other chair. I'm leaning forward. And the other one's much lower. I gotta do green pumpkin soon. Honestly, the butternut squash, she's almost done. I don't feel like there's a lot more I have to do. Just add some deeper shadows. For 15 minutes. Short film. Really? Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more of this so I don't lose it. And now the background's dark green, so that's why I'm doing this dark green all on the edge. Anyways, he basically blew my questions off over and over until one of his orbiters stood up and screamed/cried at me. Okay. What am I doing for Halloween? I don't think any of my friends are available, so I think it's just stream, which is a bit sad, but I don't know. I don't want to go to like a club. Ew. It is 3:18 p.m. I need to leave at 4. He did not come back for a second year. You know what? It's nice to have people in chat for an art stream. Because for a while it was usually pretty empty, or like one person. I mean, to be fair, game streams used to be empty too, but that's, I think, usually how it is when you start streaming. I remember I used to stream like maybe once a week with no particular schedule, and sometimes people would come on when I was doing Stardew Valley. Trying to do like a little dark around this green pencil just so it looks like concave. I don't know why you did those sound effects, I'm so sorry. I don't know if the mic picked it up. I'm hoping it didn't. I am not feverishly blending, and I might regret it. I might just regret it because it's gonna look different from the other ones. Honestly, this is darker than how I have it. Like, in the reference image, it's much darker. Like I said, I want a bit more contrast than what's in the reference image. I can put some darker yellow there. So I found you. YouTube randomly dropped a stream in my queue while I was doing something else. Really? Thank you, YouTube. I didn't think the algorithm liked me that much. I think my video on YouTube, like my stream on YouTube with the most views, is just the one where that's Abraham Lincoln. That was the story of Abraham Lincoln. We got this guy, which like I'll lighten up with probably pumpkin later. Instead of trying to preserve the very top there. And then wait, which one's Y270? E440. Okay, this one's lighter, this one's darker. So we'll start with the lighter one. Gotta keep it consistent. Whatever we use here, we have to use here as well. And I'm not really blending this out. Just don't feel like it. I didn't here, so I'm not gonna do it here. Again, this one has a lot of ridges, so kind of just trying to make it look like there's ridges. That I went a little too far, but it's fine. We're gonna pretend like we don't care. Can barely see what I'm doing. It's so dark in here. Okay, alright, that is acceptable. Why am I hungry again? Didn't I just eat lunch? Don't you hate how the body requires sustenance? It's like my least favorite thing. Like, I enjoy cooking and I like trying new foods. I'm a bit of a foodie, but the fact that it's required, ew. Like, just, what if I don't feel like it? That was an accident, but we're gonna make it look like it wasn't. Okay, let's not go too hard with that. Oh, my back. Oh, I'm gonna sit back for a second. Oh. The darkest spots will have to be this colored pencil. Stomach's actually growling. I just ate lunch. What do you want? No, I mean, there could be things I hate more. But imagine if we didn't have to eat. How freeing would that be? You'd save so much money. Like, one of the worst crises in the world is world hunger. Starvation, famine. If we could only photosynthesize. Though I would probably end up like my pumpkins. Okay, I can see this is... Like, I like how they kind of like... Doesn't just... It goes... Like a... I don't know why I do those sound effects. That is not what art sounds like. That's not what drawing sounds like. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Like... I don't have any pieces of paper. Like this, but towards the end it's like that. I don't know what to call that. It's like that, and I like it. Is that a bad thing to spend all day outside? A lot of people do. Or we can just leave our windows, like, uncovered. There are lots of houseplants that thrive, and they photosynthesize. Like, I wouldn't even mind being like a tundra grass. You don't get a whole lot of sunlight, but like, you're surviving. Okay, I might have to leave that one there. Wish there was more. Like, I need a darker color. Like, that's darker, right? I'm scared. Like, isn't that juicy? Oh, heck yeah. Oh. See, that's what I wanted. Okay, but this? It'd be nice to not move or think a whole lot. I mean, honestly, who says I signed up for this? I like that. I like that. I'm gonna add it here. Juicy. Barnacles kind of mess things up for other creatures sometimes, though. I would feel bad if I was a barnacle because I'd have to mooch off of other creatures on occasion, possibly. If I could just live on a rock, that'd be fine, but a lot of barnacles could just live on rocks. Yeah, I like that. I like that better. Oh, I missed. Blend it out. The angle was slightly off. Oh, that's the wrong marker. Basically, my point is, I wish eating was just for fun, because eating is fun. Cooking's fun, eating's fun. It'd be more fun if it wasn't required. Oh, that's the wrong one. Shoot. Ah. Yeah, I've heard of them. That was my knee again. Ouch. Like, I'd feel so bad if I were a parasite. Like, I'm sorry, I need to use you to live. Symbiotic relationship? Alright, we both benefit. I'd rather be something like that. Like fire ants on a plant that doesn't want to be eaten. What else? What else? It's like down here, gonna make it look more 3D. To like push the edges back a bit so it looks rounder. And then this needs to be darker. I'm getting ink on my fingers, aren't I? No, not really. Oh, is my alarm going off? No? It just did on my watch. I guess because I'm using the camera. Okay, so I officially have a half hour before I have to leave. We'll do this one. This one's a little different. It's a lot darker. We'll go over it with white colored pencil to do like the really light part. So we'll just do like this kind of situation. I don't know why I bothered with the pearl white before. Yeah, I mean, this wasn't the original plan. And sometimes you just don't know how long something's gonna take. If I had made it a Friday stream, I could have just kept going, but that's usually how it turns, like, how Skyrim turns into, like, 8 hours. You know? This one? This is the... Yeah. The darker version of this. This one's just like a completely different type of pumpkin, isn't it? It really doesn't look the same. I wonder what the name of this kind of pumpkin is. And we're not making it look exactly the same, but it does look different than the other pumpkins. Add a little variety. Like I said, it's things like this where like there's a lot of... I mean, I guess this is broken into like orangey colors and greeny colors. So it's not like they're all that different. But if it was all like orangey and like maybe a little green, a little brown for the stem, like one pumpkin, then I could definitely do it faster. I don't know. Oh, okay, I can see. It went a little too curved with this compared to the reference image, and this should be curving this way. But that's fine. Again, we're not... The goal is not to make it look exactly like the reference image. Actually has like... almost looks like multiple lines of green, with like white in between. And this is a little like nubby top. And like that kind of looks like the neck of a clam. Yum, my favorite. Oh, we had clams when I was at my mom's. And I know she doesn't eat clams often. But she didn't like soak them or anything. Like we were basically eating the beach. And I like the stomachs. So I was like, oh, there's too much sand. I want to eat the stomachs. So I ended up eating quite a bit of sand, but... oh no. I guess without kids there, she doesn't have as much reason to buy clams. Oh yeah, the microplastics. That's right. Gotta get our daily dose of microplastics. Okay, this, I might break into the green a little bit. Oh my god. Wow, we did some green. Actually, I'm gonna take this white. It is very much not sharpened, and I don't feel like sharpening it. But that's fine, because this is kind of a wider area. I would normally wait until like the end to put white down, but this has so much white. So I want to bring it to life now. And I don't think I want to make it super close to the reference image, because it does look quite different. I want it to be a little bit more cohesive, but... I mean, this looks a little closer to this one, right? Than in the reference image. Okay, we need something darker. That. I mean, the thing is, if they're eating good, right? They're eating a lot of sand. Getting the good stuff out of the sand. They are filter feeders. Shoot. So they were big clams. They were big. And they were tasty. But they munched a lot on the beach in order to get that size. They all had very full bellies. I don't know why. Oh yeah, because this looks like a clam neck. It does look like a clam neck. It does. I'm not mad about it. Maybe a clam neck looks like a pumpkin stem. Which came first, the clam neck or the pumpkin stem? Probably the clam neck, actually. Or something similar. It needs to be darker, though, because, like... Okay, there we go. It's a little too thick now, but whatever. We'll pretend like it was intentional. Like we usually do. Now this has to be a little darker. It's darker than the other pumpkins. This is the Tuscan red, right? Dark brown. Okay. The line is too thick. The line is now too thick. I'm coloring her in, and I'm gonna regret it, probably. Maybe. Yes. Kind of regret it. Put the white on top. I don't know how I feel about that. Sea stuff usually predate land, yeah. And like, flowering plants didn't exist until the Cretaceous in large numbers, I think. Am I remembering that correctly? 338. What do we tackle now? The green? Let's do the green. G120. And my stomach growls. I wonder if the microphone... Can you hear my stomach growl? Why? Why are you like this? Okay, I'm just trying to figure out... Like, where do you go? You could go, like, everywhere. And then I could just color over it. There's not quite as many colors that I'm using for these ones, so I'm not worried about them separating as much. Where is the pearl white? Oh, where is the pearl white? Oh, where is the pearl white? Why am I singing VeggieTales and I still can't find the pearl white? Raw silk. Oh, here it is. Kind of like how the green blends into like the orangey beige. I just don't want to be, I don't want like a stark like drop off here if I don't color in the whole thing, so I'll go straight to the colored pencil. I do like that. So I guess I'll do the rest. And at least it's cohesive. I'm trying to think of what I should do on Friday while I'm out. I don't want to waste an opportunity to like be out and like basically shop at places I don't usually go to, because I have to go all the way towards, I mean, I don't want to say where the hospital is, but towards, we'll say Nihonbashi. I'll say that. In that general direction. That's definitely going to get cut off. It's going to be cropped. And that's fine. Whoop, wrong nib. Whoop, I'm going with it. That works. The bureaucracy is not bad, especially because I moved. Like, most of the time if you get a job in Japan, your company is gonna help you out with like living arrangements initially and stuff. So you'll probably have someone to help you out initially. So I had some guidance. Like the worst thing, like one of the most annoying things is just like having a bank account, because as a foreign resident, you can't really get a bank account until you've been around in Japan for at least 6 months, I think it is. So like I was getting, for my whole first year of internship, all my paychecks were in cash, which is fine. But once you start like searching for an apartment and stuff, like, you know, if it's outside of your company, then, you know, you need a bank account and all that stuff. But like, ideally, someone at the company would be assisting you. It's not easy, but like, if you have guidance, it's doable. I don't know what it's like moving to the US. Like, for me as a US citizen who was born there, it seems like they just generally care a lot less. But that is, you know, of course, an experience as a citizen who was born there. So it's a very different experience to moving there. Like in Japan, like in the US, I never had to register where I lived. Like you don't have to go to town hall and say, I moved here. You like register your car or your dog, taxes, or to vote. Oh, there's some spots that I should have done around here. Do that real quick before it dries. Oh, yeah, that's good. Well, you know how they want your history and you don't have any. Yeah, that kind of stuff, I guess, but they want your address for everything important, but if you can't rent because no bank account, then no address. Yeah, that's the thing. It's kind of the same with Japan, except, like I said, generally you're being brought in by a company. So they will arrange, you sublease through the company most of the time. I'm not doing that now because I got this apartment after my internship, but before I got my current job. But I already had an address, right? And I already had a bank account. My ex-boss actually helped me set up a bank account. He took myself and my former coworker to the bank. Actually, no, I think he moved back to Chicago, so I don't think he even came to the bank with us. But he took me to the bank and helped me set up a bank account. So, like, you have an address because it's the company dorm or the apartment they set up for you that belongs to them. So really, subleasing is the way to get an apartment before you can search for an apartment. You know what I mean? So, there's that, and then if the company is the one who's bringing you in, they obviously don't care if you have a bank account yet because they know you. They're the ones who brought you in. And so you can do that once you're there for a while. And I heard that's the same with a lot of countries. Like I heard with France it's the same thing. You need to like move in with roommates first or move into a company dorm or college university dorm. And then you have an address and then you start building up a trail from there. Right, that's exactly it. Like, it's always better to have... Like, it's really hard to move anywhere, I think, if you don't have help. So, like, honestly, how do people do it? I don't know, man. It's hard. You just have to, like, find roommates. I mean, it depends. It depends on the situation. Like, in college/university, most people live in dorms. So if you go as a student, that's cool. Like, that's usually taken from your tuition or whatever. And when I went to school, it was required. Like, we weren't allowed to live off campus for the first year. Even if you were local, you had to, if you were local and you wanted to live at home, you had to request special permission. Well, when I moved here, it was after graduation. When I was in the US, obviously I was in school. So, that's a little different. And then when I moved here, like I said, my company just helped me. That's how it usually goes. For everyone I know, all my coworkers and stuff. You have your company sorted out with you. And for you. Some people don't even have to go to immigration themselves. I'm very jealous. I mean, that's kind of how it is in so many places. Very few people, like in my age range. I'm exactly 30 years old now. Very few people in the US own houses. It is very, very difficult to get a house nowadays. I don't own a house. I rent. So, like... So many... What do you mean? What did I say that? When did I say that? So many places. You mean like renting with a company? like company dorms, or you mean university dorms? Because that's different. Because like here, I lived in the dorms when I first got this job because it's a teaching position. And I was interning as a teaching assistant. And actually, I had to pay rent, obviously, but it was way cheaper than other rent. And it was taken straight out of my paycheck. So it ends up being cheaper. I think the system was like, yeah, you have to stay on campus. But I think, I mean, that school in particular, it's a very rich school. That's the only way I can really put it. They had good financial aid. So, while I do have student loans now, at least when I was studying abroad anyway, I didn't pay anything. I actually got paid to study abroad. Like, I would get a stipend. And my host family would provide meals. And I didn't pay rent at all. So I guess that's different, but on campus it's like budgeted into your tuition. So I don't know how it would differ between schools, because at this school tuition was $65,000 a year. So like I said, I got financial aid, especially as someone who is from the same state and like a one income household who was not making much income. Not to put other people's situation out there, but yeah, my mom did not have the money to send us there, so we worked very hard, my sister and I. We went to the same school. And we got financial aid. So, like, the perks of going to a really wealthy school is they can afford to pay your tuition for you if you're able to work very hard. Renting off campus, I think, would be more expensive. That's the thing. Like, it's a better deal. I think it's similar to my situation when I mean, obviously I wasn't a student, I was an intern, but it's similar to where, like, the dorms are cheaper than local housing, like, outside of the dorms. And I think it highly depends on the school then. Because for me it was factored into my tuition. And I paid a lot less than a lot of people, let's just say that. Okay, we're not gonna have time to finish this. We only have less than 10 minutes left before I have to be out the door. I'd like to get some of the dark green down though. Like, look at this. That's definitely more than what I pay now. But when I lived in the dorms as an intern, it was 18,000 yen, which you can Google and convert if you'd like to, but I think it's like not much over $100. So it was good. I don't actually know how much I don't remember how much my tuition was at my college in the US. Like, I mean, I know how much the tuition was. I don't know how much the rent portion was because it was all included. So I didn't ask for an itemized bill. I don't remember anyway. I think for a lot of schools, if it's part of like your scholarship, especially because a lot of people get scholarships, and because it's a dorm and it's small, right? Unless you're rooming, it's often cheaper. If you rent off campus, what I heard many people do, like my brother did, if you have roommates, it might end up being cheaper. But if you're by yourself, then it might be cheaper to live on campus. Because it's like a smaller space. So it makes sense that it would be cheaper than having like a whole apartment to yourself. So I think that's usually what it is. That's why I said you get roommates, right? Yeah. Yep, that's usually how it is. They were roommates. Yeah, no. I mean, housemates, roommates, are usually interchangeable, at least in North American English. I think we always say that, though. Like, even if you don't share a room. Like, I lived in a dorm where I did share a room, but then even people who, like, had their own room but lived in the same house as someone, they would say roommates. So I guess roommates means sharing. I have to go. Dang it. Maybe I'll try filming some more when I get home tonight. I don't know. It might be too late. We're out of pumpkins. Well. Oh, my stomach. I don't know if the microphone picked that up. It didn't unlock. There we go. You see it? That's what we got so far. Imagine it finished. We have a dark green background, maybe a grass texture. Time to draw artist dropped into. Ooh, alright, I'm gonna leave this here. Like, I'm gonna leave it on my desk so I have all of my everything where I need it. I might regret it later when I come to eat dinner and I'm like, ah. But yeah, no, I really have to go. It's 3:55. Ah. Alright, anyways, thank you. Do you mean it? Is this a joke? The mess is very organized. Green mess, orange mess. Pencils. I don't know if I believe you. I don't know anymore. You tricked me once. Alright, I really have to go. Thank you guys so much. I wish I had time to choose someone to raid, but I actually just really have to just throw in my work clothes and run out the door. I mean, I won't... yeah, no, I should. Let me not press my luck. Thank you so much for watching. It was so nice to have everyone in chat. It's always fun to talk. For some reason, the art streams always get philosophical and like make me think a lot. So I hope I don't sound crazy. I'll see you guys on Friday. I'll be playing some ESO. Look at the Discord because someone asked about playing together. So I'll see what we can figure out. A little crazy is all acceptable, okay? All right, I'll accept a little crazy is honestly what I look for in someone. But big crazy is, you know, depends on the type of crazy, I guess. Anyways, I really have to go. I need to stop talking. I'm always so bad at ending stream. Bye, guys.